So you have a nephew, right?
Yeah, and okay, now what does this have to do with this video?
Remember when we went to the market and you said you needed to buy your nephew a present because you promised him and you ended up buying this toy?
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was a dinosaur. It had this huge tail. My nephew didn't like it at first, but it still plays with it now, anyways. I don't even know why he likes it that much. Honestly, I blame Barney. But again, what does this have to do with our video?
I would Chill! I'm just introducing things. So in this video of Jet and Jet, we talk about the time of not me just big-tailed toy creature, the dinosaurs.
Ah yes, the dinosaurs, the Mesozoic era. A time when we, humans, have not yet had the heads and bodies we have today. I didn't even think we had heads and bodies during that time even.
Right. And with that, we will be talking about the birth, evolution, and death of life during that time.
So let's get right into it. Transition.
So the timeline of life on Earth is viewed differently by different people. It's different for scientists and non-scientists. Further, it's different for scientists of different fields.
For the geologists, the evolution of what they like to call visible life.
Visible life as in the type of life beyond cells.
Yes, and according to them, its evolution can be arranged on a timeline called the Phanerozoic timeline.
So after cellular life forms, 2 eras have undergone birth and extinction, just so life that we know of today, both plants and animals can exist. We are currently in the Cenozoic era. It's not as recent, but a little over 1.6 million years ago, humans started to evolve alongside other life forms.
But way before that, many different breeds of species occupied the Earth. Our focus today is on the Mesozoic era, the era prior to the rise and evolution of humans.
So, some 245 million years ago, some event almost eradicated all species living during the Paleozoic time, a time when invertebrates, fishes, and amphibians dominated. No one is still completely sure what the event was, but recent claims stated that it was due to an extreme climactic event like super global warming. It was suggested that the Earth became so hot that not a lot of living organisms were able to withstand the heat.
Side note, with that, it scares me sometimes. What if we're already undergoing extinction? The climate we have today? Not so ideal. Okay, continue.
That was so random but true. Anyways, let's try not to go off topic. After the Earth and the climate have had their time to recover, new life forms appear, with remnants of species from the previous era. Some science and evolution, here come the big toys, the era of dinosaurs.
Pwede lumaton? Morgan, Dinosaurs, being primarily considered reptiles, dominated the Earth. Thus, reptiles primarily dominated the Earth. However, we must not discount evolution. Fossil evidence suggests that the first mammal, a teeny tiny animal when compared to dinosaurs, the Morganucodon, first appeared during the same time. Although another side note, remember that no one is ever really sure, at least not yet. I have read that some other evidence suggests that some species that were previously thought of as invertebrates were actually mammals, and that these species lived during the time way before the Mesozoic era. So I guess here's to the science? Going back, the dinosaurs, given their impressive adaptabilities to different environments and common physical statures, became the life form with the highest population. Even when they were preying on each other, imagine having two dinosaurs fighting over another dinosaur. They were also able to prey on other life forms. Not birds though, maybe fishes.
To give you an idea of why fishes even existed before the Mesozoic era, there is already recorded fossil evidence of that. But the thing is, the earliest evidence of birds appearing is only some 20 million years ago, after the first dinosaurs.
Wait. Pause. Another side note. It's important that you give the audience some perspective. When you compare the previously mentioned numbers, 1.6, 245, 20 something is, it really isn't so much. I mean, a little over 500 years ago, the Spanish arrived in the Philippines. And on top of that, we really be talking about it like the words million years ago do not follow those numbers. I guess the key is behind the million years ago, 20 million years ago. If so much events can happen within a year, present time by the way, just imagine 20 million years. You get it, right? Please get me.
Yes, it is very important to note the scale at which we are viewing these events. Nature will always run its course. So over the number of years we mentioned, natural occurrences are bound to occur, such as floods, earthquakes, or even competition. And for a species to survive, science dictates that evolution must occur.
Don't forget that on top of that, this is a time when the whole Pangea thing is happening.
Right! So really things must have diversified over the approximately 190 million years of the Mesozoic era. Animals started to live in different climates due to the movement of land. Populations were broken and forced to live with other populations. For real. Might I mention that some evidence suggests that flowering plants only appeared some 50 million years after the birds.
Really? I guess you could say that the birds were the original plantitas, huh? Okay, that's a joke.
With the weird joke aside, let's do a recap. 245 million years ago, a climactic extinction event occurred, wiping almost all populations of species. Sometime after that, maybe 25 million years, the Earth started to recover, birthing a new geological era of life. Dinosaurs first appeared and dominated the land. But over the course of 190 years, they weren't the only species to live. Due to evolution over time, other life forms also survived. Although, behind the shadow of the dinosaurs, fishes and invertebrates were already there as remnants of the previous era. But during this time, only mammals, flowering plants, and birds started to appear.
This is the part where I get to say, all good things must come to an end. We now come across the reason why my nephew must only be contented with the toy dinosaur I gave him.
Again, prior to dinosaurs, a climactic extinction event occurred. During the time of dinosaurs, a different extinction event occurred, unfortunately devastating the species, along with several others. Note that during this mentioned mass extinction events, not all animals are killed. If that was the case, it would take another set of millions of years for a simple life form to appear, and another set of hundreds of millions of years for them to evolve into higher species.
And that's right. Some 65 million years ago, an asteroid strike hit the Earth, allegedly killing all the dinosaur species and other species. Evidence suggests that only 25%, just a quarter, of the total number of species were able to survive. And apparently, the dinosaurs were 0% of that 25%.
Well, it wasn't all the strike alone. We have to consider that the effects of the strike on populations and species were massive. With the sudden drop in population, reproduction became harder. With the damage surfaced from the strike, resources suddenly declined.
Okay, if those dinosaurs and other species had burials, it's so sad because their cause of death was either got hit by an asteroid, boosh, or died after having others get hit by an asteroid. Aww. Transition. Sentiments aside, some years after that, the Earth recovered, and evolution once again took its course. At this time, large mammals started appearing, not just the teeny-weeny ones, but the large ones. Humans, bears, dogs, everything. Of course, not just overnight though. Over 65 million years, and as we have previously mentioned, human life only started to evolve 1.6 million years ago. And with that, we too, as humans, are still evolving. Other animals are still evolving. Plants are still evolving. Everything is evolving. Who knows if humans can still live a couple of million years from now? Nobody knows.
Even when nobody can ever be really sure of the future, one thing is for sure. We have reached the end of today's Jet and Jet video, where we talked about the Mesozoic era, its beginning, its course, and its end.
Thank you for listening. See you next time. That's a pretty good run, not gonna lie.
Check
Very
down. I'll stop everything.